fierce, open public debate is a good thing. So that's the way we maintain a free society. So let's talk about some of these. So I've got a few here, but a few of the controversial bills. I'll just kind of read through this. Who voted for it and against it, and then we'll ask maybe one for and one against to speak why they voted for or against. So the first one's the State Executive Committee, the executive body of the Tennessee Republican Party, passed a resolution against House Bill 855, Senate Bill 799, known as the Caucus Bill, calling it a betrayal of trust as it allows the state legislature to govern the elections of the Republican Party, but the legislature passed it anyway. Now that the Tennessee legislature has taken away the option to select Republican Party candidates for local offices by caucus, there is a concern with Democrats and independents voting in the Republican Party and diluting the Republican primary voting. The signs posted at voting locations warning against crossover voting have proven to be wholly ineffective. So, here's who voted for the caucus bill: Representative Alexander, Representative Hicks, Senator Crow, Senator Harshbarger voted for the caucus bill. Voted against is Representative Warner and Representative Fritz. So, could I get one that voted for maybe and one that voted against? And for 2 minutes to just talk about, let's take why you voted for it first. So, when you guys that voted for it, want to talk about why you voted for it? Yeah.
Sure, thank you. You know, I think for me, in my district and in Washington County, that's who I speak for, is all of the folks, the 67,000 folks that I represent. I want them all to have the opportunity to be able to vote. And I would never want to pass something that would limit people's ability to vote. And I think that's exactly what this bill was doing. For it to come up was extremely important. I think that you know, it's important that every voice is heard. And simply coming out and trying to have you know, an election on a Saturday or on a Thursday or something like that is not getting everyone's voice heard. So I think that for my county, I would want Washington County to continue with the primaries exactly the way that we've had them, so that everyone's voice could be heard.
Okay. Representative Warner?
Yeah, I'll take that, and I'll echo part of what my colleague said, Representative Hicks. You know, I want everybody's voice to be heard, but at one time in the state, we didn't have early voting. We had one day that you could go vote. And that's whenever we had the least amount of trouble out of our elections. Early voting, I know it's convenient, but it brings trouble. It brings questions. The caucus, I thought, for the locals, you know, it was taking something away that the locals were used to. I think there is a grandfather clause in the bill that if you've been doing a caucus in your county, that you can still make a caucus, but if you ever stop, I don't think you can go back. The next biggest problem I had with the bill was a physical note on it. We were point blank lied to in committee. I sat on the state government committee. Representative Reeves from Williamson County, who I shared Williamson County with, brought the bill through committee. I point blank asked him in committee 3 different times, was there a physical note with this bill? I was told it was not. Senator Johnson, leader in the Senate, carried the bill in the Senate. He also stated there was not a physical note. When we get to the House floor to pass the budget, guess what we're doing? We're doing a budget amendment because this bill is carrying an $8 million physical note. We were lied to in committee. They cooked the books to get the bill passed, and it was wrong. It was wrong, and they never would own up to it. So that's my, I was a little aggravated about it because, like I say, I asked the question 3 times in committee: does this bill have a physical note with it? And we were told it did not, and it ended up costing you, the taxpayers of the state, $8 million. And if we close the primaries, we wouldn't have to worry about this. But we got two candidates right now, and I don't want to speak for them, but I got confirmation up here on the way up here for governor that don't want to close the primaries. So when we get ready to vote for governor, we need to ask that question. Every one of us ought to be asking that question. Thank you, sir.